Hello, we are live on the YBMB show. I'm Angela, and welcome to the show. Those of you who've been following regularly know that we run this live 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And on Monday, we cover body. And on Wednesday, we cover mind. Sorry, what's happening with my stand here? And on Friday, we do business. And so today is the body day. And I generally try to find a guest that epitomizes what I want to talk about. And I'm so happy to have Hanneke Raaphorst on here today. So hi, Hanneke. Thanks for joining me.
Angela. Hi, Angela. Thanks for having me.
Oh, lovely to see you. Looking gorgeous as always. And I know you're talking to us from the Netherlands. And Hanneke is going to speak to us today about starting a business in a completely different area, an area which has become her passion, but which was very different to where she started. I'll just do a little intro, Hanneke. As many of you know, I created the YBMB program a couple of years ago now. I launched it at House of Commons in London, and on the premise that I felt that professionals who weren't at the beginning of their career needed to have an opportunity to fulfill further ambitions, and that many of us who sort of reach what we call sort of midlife, I suppose it's anything 40 plus, ought to have the opportunity to start new careers, start new businesses. And in fact, we are getting stronger and fitter than ever. And after going through my own transformation in my mid-50s, physical transformation, I then realized it had a massive impact on business. And so I pulled this all together in a program called Your Body Means Business. And I was really, flattered really when Hanneke joined, because she was one of the very early joiners. You joined us in 2018. Yeah. And Hanneke, when you very first started, I mean, prior to that, obviously you can tell us a little bit about your history, but I know you'd had a very successful business in the car industry, and but also you'd had some health issues as well. And now you're in a completely different place, stronger and fitter than ever, with a business in, primarily focusing on gut health. So tell us a little bit about how your business transition really, and then we'll talk about your health transition as well.
Okay, well, I sold my last business in 2014, and then I had a sabbatical, and then I didn't know what to do next. So when I joined your program in 2018, one of the things in the modules was that you had to visualize what you want to be and what you want to do in the future. And then the plan grew for me to start something in nutrition, because I had serious health issues at that moment. And I was always interested in nutrition and what it does to the body. So, and with the help of your program, I focused and I started this business at October 2020. So
yeah,
that's
I mean, the thing is that you're one of those people that you really epitomize sort of the idea of focus, because with you, I think, you take on board sort of pointers and tools and things, and boy, do you implement. I mean, you really sort of just go at it. And I think what I love about you as well, and it's really a lesson for everybody, is that you're not expecting completely overnight changes, because obviously those of us who are in our 40s plus, it takes us that amount of time to get to where we are. And good and bad experiences and achievements and successes, and as well as some failures as well, get us to where we are. And if we're going to radically overhaul anything, whether it's our business or our body, it's not going to happen overnight, is it? And with you said about working on your body first of all, and tell us where you were and where you've got to, because I mean, obviously I know you've done amazing things with your body.
Well, I lost 8 kilograms from 2018 where I am now, and I started workout 4 times a week, and all small steps, but what make a big difference. And that's what a YBMB program taught me, just by.
Yeah. But you got so much stronger as well. You were saying to me, I mean, I see it myself on the workouts, just how much stronger you are and how developed your physique is now. And you were saying that your husband even mentions your shape has changed. I mean, a lot of people worry that weightlifting makes them bulky, but far from it. I mean, you know, you have a beautiful physique, but tell us a bit about that and how much stronger you've become.
Well, I never imagined that I could weight the amount I'm weighing now, and it's getting easier and easier. So I think even I'm 51 now, but your muscles, when you get older, doesn't mean that you're getting less stronger. You can age backwards. I think you can change your body and change your physique, even at an older age.
Yeah, I mean, and I think more so because, you know, you're clear about what it is you want. You're able to visualize. You now know what you don't want versus what you do want, and you're able to really focus on it and make it happen. But so much of it is consistent steps, as you've demonstrated, and you took those same consistent steps in your business as well. So tell us a bit about how you you went about starting up your new business. You know, you implemented all the steps. And here we are now, and you've got a client base, and then tell us about the business.
Well, first I did all kinds of studies, so I had to know a lot more about the body and vitamins, minerals, everything. So I did a few studies, and then well, I just launched my website, and I just started. So, and here we are now.
And I think, you know, one of the things that we did is, again, you were very, very sort of specific about following the steps. You know, you created the vision, you decided what your innovation was. Yeah. We talked about, you know, your client, your target client. We talked about why you rather than anybody else, you know, what the innovative aspect was of your business. So tell us a little bit about that. What is the business? Who's your target client? And why do they come to you?
Yeah, I think my target client mostly are women around, I think from 30 up till 58, 59. And with all kind of health issues, honestly. But I'm specialized in the gut health. That's what I'm very interested in, because I think a lot of problems start in the gut. If your gut doesn't work, probably you can have immune system problems. Even your mind is influenced by your gut health. So I think that's very important. And what I do is I give people advice what to eat and what not to eat. And sometimes I advise to take certain some vitamins or something. And but it's very important what you put in your body, what kind of food you choose.
Well, I mean, that's one of the things that I always say to people when they very first join this program, and even before anybody that will listen, is that this is our one and only vehicle that we have. And, you know, those funny sayings that we used to hear when we were younger, you know, my body is my temple. I mean, you know, it's so true, because we do only have the one vehicle. And so often people spend more money and time and effort and focus on their car, maintaining their car, what fuel they're going to put in their car, than they do actually on their own body. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And what we do know, as you said, is that the gut is the key machine in our body, isn't it? And one of the most important things is to get it moving, because I know when I come across people that first join the program, and I'm sure you find this with your clients as well, is that very often, this is a subject that some people don't like talking about, but very often they're not actually going to the toilet very much. They're constipated, nothing is moving. You know, it's all packed in there, and it's because they're not drinking enough water, they're not having enough vegetables and things. So, I mean, you know, that's where to start with your nutrition, is to really get things moving. So, but in a natural way. And so you advocate, don't you, a lot of sort of fiber and good oils and water and stuff to get the gut moving in the first place.
Yeah, I think a good gut health starts by, of course, drinking a lot of water, at least 2 liters a day. And also eat fiber, so vegetables, fruits, 2 fruits a day, because it contains sugar, and also nuts and seeds. People don't eat often nuts and seeds, but they are packed with all kinds of nutrients, and also omega-3 fatty acids, so like salmon or avocado or tuna, and yeah, I think that's most important, I think. And people should realize what they put in it. So even when you eat a wine gum, what do you think your body thinks? You know, how to digest it. So well, I always advise to cut out the crap. So like carbonated drinks, refined sugars, alcohol, and processed foods. So it's better to eat that as less as possible.
I mean, I always think that, you know, when people are sort of starting on the healthy eating program, that the first thing I always say to people about water is think about, you know, when we're showering, you know, we shower, don't we? We'd never think about not showering, most of us, you know, at least once a day. And yet, you know, why would the inside of our body be any different? We would never want to stand under a shower of coffee, wine, and blue drinks and Coke, you know, and yet we think that we can throw that down the inside of our body and still be healthy. And so that's the first thing. By all means, I love to have a glass of wine, you know, but trying to cut out all that processed stuff and, you know, blue drinks and everything, and just keep on drinking water. Even if you're out having a glass of wine, you know, have water before, have water after. It really is a miracle, and it just does so much. People often say to me things about skin. I mean, you're sitting there glowing now. Your skin is beautiful, your hair's beautiful, and it's because of what you're putting into your body, much more so than any creams and things that we put on the outside. But I think as well with gut health, so people sometimes think that, you know, it's a bit of a mystery. Have they got to take any special sort of probiotics, prebiotics, or anything like that? What would you say with that?
Well, probiotics and prebiotics are also, you can find it in food, so you don't really necessarily have to take it as a supplement. And probiotics are the good gut bacteria, and you can find it in yogurt or kefir or how do they say it, pickles.
Yes.
And prebiotics is the food for the probiotics. So prebiotics is vegetables, oats, flax seeds, and you can, if you just eat a healthy diet, you get enough of it. Only when you take antibiotics, then you should supplement extra.
Hopefully, if you carry on with a healthy diet, then, you know, it avoids illness, and it avoids you know, sort of antibiotics, etc. And speaking of that, I mean, like we said, you know, people have health issues and things like that before they actually decide to start a healthy eating regime. My advice to people would be, don't wait. You know, it's never too late to start a program such as YBMB, or to go on a, you know, a specific course such as yours for gut health. But don't wait for you know, that sort of shocking thing to happen so that you're forced to do it. You know, it's never too late, but do start it now. I mean, my own fitness regime, I was always sort of what I'd call relatively healthy, but I was uninformed, I would say, until I got to 54. You know, and it only took me a year really to transform my body, and I really believe that I've aged backwards since then. I'm 58 now. And same with Hanneke. I mean, you just don't look 51, you don't act 51. And certainly, you know, you have started that aging backwards process as well. And it doesn't matter if you've had an illness, if you have got an injury, you know, don't wait until sort of like after the lockdown or after this or after that. Start now. And very often it boils down to what Hanneke said, that you can have all the different foods that we've just mentioned. And from my perspective, if you're wanting to lose body fat, as Hanneke did, you know, she lost 8 kgs, then all you've got to do is have this in the right combinations of proteins, fats, and carbs. And you can eat to be really healthy, to have a really healthy gut, but also to still lose body fat and to still build muscle. You know, this is then becomes a journey for a lifetime. And once you know what you're doing in that particular area, then you can start doing what you want with this healthy body, which is to achieve things, to impact things, to create businesses and all of that. So have you got anything to say about the way that the gut impacts our mindset at all, Hanneke?
Well, that's very interesting, because when you are nervous, you feel it in your gut. Yeah. But it's vice versa. So when your gut is not healthy, your mind is not healthy also. So some people have depression or sleeping problems, and it all comes out of the gut health. It's the cause is an leaking gut sometimes, and because in the gut, produces 90% of serotonin and also dopamine and melatonin. So, those are very important hormones for your mind and for your mood. And if those hormones are out of balance, you don't sleep, you have anxiety, you have all kinds of depression. So so sometimes people have depression and they think, okay, it's they think it's because of the wrong reason, and sometimes the gut is is causing the problems.
So true. I mean, you know, we are really our personalities are a result of our neurotransmitters, and our neurotransmitters are dictated. The health of them is dictated by the balance of the things that you've mentioned. So, you know, the dopamine, the serotonin, and yet all of that is made by the gut, isn't it?
Yes.
And so when you're, you know, when you're sort of looking at someone and you're saying, well, you know, they're hyperactive or they can't help it because, you know, they tend to sort of be a bit depressed or whatever, you know, that traditionally that's what we would do. We would look at people and sort of think that they can't help it or whatever, they just are how they are. But you can impact these things. You can impact your mindset, not just with the systems we teach on the program, which is, you know, journaling, visioning, and all of that, but also how you eat. So
yes.
Very often people associate food, don't they, with what they can't have and why they shouldn't have things to lose weight. And yet, really, if you look at food as almost, I look at it as fuel and medicine. You know, once you take the right things into your body, great things happen with your actual physical body, but great things happen with your mind as well.
Exactly. Yes. So true.
Sleep. And so when people come and say, you know, to you things like losing sleep and etc., they're probably quite surprised when you start talking to them about their food, but in fact that's what it boils down to.
Yeah, and even people think that, well, healthy food, you cannot eat a lot, but you can eat so much, and you can eat a lot of protein and healthy fats. So you're full. You don't have to get hungry. You don't have to have a diet where you're hungry. You can just eat very well and healthy.
Yeah, I mean, it's really true, because I know that when people, you know, they start eating the way that the way we specify, and what we notice is that they're saying, oh my goodness, I'm so, you know, full up. I can't believe that I'm eating so much. And yet I weigh less than I did when I was 25. I've never been able to lose this weight before. I feel so strong, you know, and I'm full up. And very often it's because they've not eaten as much protein before as, you know, and they found it so easy to eat the carbs. But the problem is that the carbs are they are easy to eat, but they're not very dense. And but they're very high in calories. And I always think, you know, that if you can sort of swap, when people say to me, I really have trouble eating so much protein, I just say sort of swap it over, swap your food choices over.
Yeah, so true.
I've got some questions actually. Some people are saying here, we've got some questions in the chat. What we've got here, don't normally do this, but since there's lots popping up. So are there any particular foods which help with maintaining serotonin and dopamine levels? I don't know if that's something that you would go into, would you, Hanneke? We can probably cover that later if you want to, but...
Yeah, well, if you just say cut out the crap and just put in healthy foods, then you have to heal your intestine mucosa. So I don't know if that's the right word.
Yeah.
So
the villi, the little things that are on the inside of it.
Your gut wall.
Yes.
Your gut wall has to be healed when you have a leaking gut, and if the gut wall is healed, your hormone level will be balanced. So you just have to eat well, what I said, the vegetables, fruits, nuts, seeds, and cut out dairy, gluten, and processed foods.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's not rocket science. It's very often it's what people would expect.
It's easy.
You can do it vegan, you can do it meat eating, you can do it pescatarian. You know, always can be done. But you know, for me, I'm coming from it from, you know, people want to sort of make their body stronger, or to make it stronger, then there are certain things that you have to eat, protein being one of them. But then, you know, you want to do that healthily. And this is, you know, where Hanneke's really sort of specialised in, is the sort of the health for your particular part of you, which is your gut. But you know, this is it's a combination of just being very mindful about what you eat, measuring what you eat, and then drinking water, sleeping properly, and all of that. And you end up being astounded. The body is an amazing thing, and you don't have to do it too long before it thanks you with great results. It's almost like your body saying, thank you so much for giving me the water and for giving me proper food. Now I will let you sleep properly. I always think that when, you know, you're consuming something like you said, a wine gum or a blue drink, I always feel like your body sort of says, what the hell am I going to do with this? I tell you what, I'll put it on your bum. Let me just stick it on your bum or the tops of your legs, or get it out of the way, away from your organs, you know, because one of the things that I picked up when I had a medical is they said, you know, I had very low levels of visceral fat around my organs, which is a great thing. They don't want you to have fat around your organs. So a lot of what you see on the outside with a healthy body, you can be sure is going on really well on the inside as well, can't you?
Yes, that's true. Yeah. So, and you see it on your skin, when your skin starts to glow, you have more energy. So, and it's all happens within 2 weeks. If you just start eating the proper food, in 2 weeks, you will see already a difference.
Yeah, definitely. So, what do you think is the connection? I mean, I know, you know, you've experienced this yourself, but for people watching, the importance of a healthy body in order to create a business and anything else that you might want to achieve.
Well, I think from your program, your program is Your Body Means Business. And when I got my body stronger and healthier, and also my mindset, your program helped really with getting the right mindset. Then I could focus more on the new business, and I had the right energy and the right focus, and that's what really is amazing.
I mean, one of the things that you've been so great at is pushing yourself out of your comfort zone, you know, and sort of doing things. Because like I say, you were very successful in business. You sold that business. It was in a, you know, probably a traditionally male environment. And you've gone into something, gut health, completely different, something that you've got a true passion for. And it's lovely to see and lovely to witness, but it wouldn't happen without your, you know, desire and willingness to be pushed out of your comfort zone and to do different things. And I know you've really changed your routine, and even doing something like this, it wouldn't necessarily have been, you know, your first choice, but you know, you're doing so great at it. So I'm sure we will see a lot more of Hanneke on screen. But tell us a bit about your routine now and how because you seem to, you know, rattle through things and you're getting a lot done really quickly, really productive.
Yeah. Well, I think I learned it from you, honestly. So what I do, I have a daily routine, and that's just waking up. I weigh myself every day, so I don't. Not everyone does that, but I do that, and then I take a bulletproof coffee. I do 1 hour workout 4 times a week, and then I do my I call it my affirmation. I do my journaling. 10 minutes meditation. I read every day, just 10 minutes. It's all 10 minutes, but it's 1 hour, and I got everything done for the rest of the day. Yeah. And also what you learn me is visualization. So where do you want to be? What do you want to be in the next future? You know, and that really helps. And also the 10,000 steps, of course.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, all of these things, you know, when you say them, they sound quite easy, but we all know that they're not actually. And yes, you know, we teach them in the program, but essentially you have to do them to get the results. And you know, that's what you do. You actually get results because you are so consistent in implementing it. And I personally think once you learn to implement something with your body, you can then, you know, you're so pleased with yourself because you think, wow, I've managed to get control over that. It sort of gives you a bigger belief, doesn't it, in being able to achieve anything else you set your mind to. And so that's why I think there's such a strong connection between body and business. And the other thing is that business is really hard. You know, compared to body, you wouldn't think so, but you can get control over your body in 12 weeks. You really, really can, as so many people in the program have demonstrated. To get control of your business, is a bit different, because obviously what we can't do is we can't control the outside world. We can't control what clients do and say. We can't control economy. So that's a much more slow burn, you know. We hear about successful businesses where there's overnight successes and they float their business for, you know, hundreds of millions. I was listening to someone, Peter Diamandis last night, a 19-year-old who sold his business for 43 million. But that's not, you know, run of the mill. That's not regular. Most people, they start their business and it takes them a decade to get business, to really get good traction. But with your body, you can get hold of it in a few months, can't you? And I mean, you started that journey and, you know, you just got stronger and stronger. But the business takes a bit longer, but you've got to have those core disciplines and routine in place, I think, before you can really have a good go at your business. And that's why I think it's such a strong connection.
I think so.
Would you add anything else there?
No, I think it's true. And I take my time for my business. I'm just starting, and I just have to grow further and further. But I'm doing now what I really like to do, and I want to help people, and I want to learn people how to get a healthy body and a healthy mind. And so.
Well, you've got your first lucky clients already, so and I'm not surprised, because working with you from my perspective has been wonderful. So any final top tips to give to anybody listening?
Well, just do your 10,000 steps a day, drink a lot of water, and cut down on sugar and eat a lot of proteins. That's what I say. And cut down on carbs. Well, I can talk for hours, so.
There's a lot of little things, add them all up. And if you want to find out more, then you can join Your Body Means Business. And, you know, there's quite a low entry level where you can just come in and start to listen to the modules, first of all, just like Hanneke did. You know, you can listen to the modules, get all the basics, and then you can go from there and join us on the coaching course and join us on the workouts and everything. And hopefully, you know, build your physique just as Hanneke has, and then start to build a business that you truly, truly love. And I'm really so happy that Hanneke's done that. And if you want to follow her journey, then you can do so on, I know you're definitely on Instagram. What are you on Instagram, Hanneke?
Just my name, Hanneke Raaphorst. So
Hanneke Raaphorst, and she posts some beautiful pictures and lovely tips as well. So thank you so much. Thank you. Lovely having you on here.
It was a pleasure.
Have a great day.